Blade Show 2023 was awesome. What did I want? What did I get? And who did I want to meet? That's what we're going to talk about today. If you love knives, flashlights, bags, pouches, all EDC gear and everything in between, make sure you're subscribed, because why not? It costs you nothing and it really helps us out. Now back to the video. So I just got back from my first ever Blade Show. It was, and I'm going to say amazing a lot in this video, but it was truly amazing. It was amazing and overwhelming. I think I shot this video when I first got there, how overwhelmed I was. Blade Show 2023 Atlanta, check this out. Unbelievable. I cannot wait to make videos on my channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Yeah, so it was just unbelievably overwhelming, but in the best possible way. I did not have an early bird ticket, so I wasn't able to go in an hour before like everybody else was at 10 a.m. on Friday morning, but I got to go in at 11, and I really wasn't searching for any kind of limited edition or super high value items or anything like that. I just wanted to buy some good knives. I wanted to meet some people, and I got almost everything that I wanted. I got everything that I wanted and more, and I discovered some new things, and most importantly, I met some really, really cool people. So first, my wish list. What did I want to get at Blade Show? Well, here's what I was looking for. Anything Ultim. And spoiler alert, I didn't find hardly anything that was Ultim. And I know, I'm just gonna get all the comments about how Ultim is stupid and not worth it and way overpriced yellow, bad looking plastic. Man, I'm in love with Ultim, man, I really am. So I saw some Ultim things, not really as many things as I thought, but I did see one really cool Ultim thing, a knife made of Ultim, and that was from, I believe it was Arc Tools or something. I'll put it up on the screen. But it looked amazing. Didn't pick it up, and I think that's one of my biggest regrets of the show is not picking that knife up. That was first on my list. Anything Ultim. Second was an orange Benchmade Bug Out Mini. Got that. Spoiler alert. You're gonna see it here in the video in just a few minutes. Got that. I've loved my bug out in kind of this desert tan brown ever since I got it back last year. Wanted to get the mini bug out. The orange one just came out, and so I wanted to pick that up. Really got to talk to the Benchmade guys there at the Benchmade booth and got to buy it from Smoky Mountain Knife Works, who sponsored the show, and it was a great find. I didn't think I was going to actually buy one, and I did not end up buying one. Again, spoiler alert for the rest of the video, but I wanted to look at a Chris Reeve small Sabenza 21, and again, if you know that knife, you know that it's got the most premium materials that you can find, and you're gonna be lucky to find one for $500 or less. And so the ones that I was looking at about $550, $600. Decided not to drop that chunk of change on it at this time, but it remains my grail knife. So I'm gonna get one day. I don't know when, but the day will come. I wanted to look for a custom Swiss Army knife. I've actually never bought any kind of custom Swiss Army knife, especially ones that I love from Daily Customs. I wanted to check out their booth, and I did, and I'll show it to you here in just a few moments. One of the knives that I had on my list to check out also was a Tactile knife Dread Eye, and that's a fixed blade, a smaller fixed blade, about a 3 to 4 inch fixed blade knife. And I got a really cool deal on that actually, because they had some ones with imperfections. I'll share that near the end of the video here. And they had some ones with like little blade imperfections, and they had them marked down on sale. And so I was able to pick one up on sale, and that was a really cool find. And then last but not least, I wanted to I wanted to get some Ranger eyes, some pocket trash, some kind of lanyard beads and stuff like that. Stuff that you look on Etsy and all the different places like eBay and Amazon and stuff. You can't really put your hands on, but I wanted to see those in person, and I did pick up a number of those that I'll share in the video as well. What are some of the companies that I wanted to come visit? Well, I wanted to visit first Vero Engineering. Vero has made knives and pry bars for a while now, but they have really hit kind of a peak in popularity right now, and they had an awesome deep carry fixed blade knife that I wanted to check out that Taylor Martin actually shared on his channel. And I wanted to check it out, see how much it would be, but they didn't have any left by the time I got there. But I did get to meet several people there. A lot of the YouTubers that I wanted to talk to were there at that booth, and I'll tell you about that here in a second. I also wanted to check out Tactile Turn, Tactile Knife, see, and put my hands on a Magna Cut, some of those Magna Cut blades that they have, some of those rock walls and stuff like that. They got some expensive stuff, so I didn't end up spending a whole lot of money there, but I did find that Dread Eye. That was a really cool find. I wanted to visit Knafs. I have heard a lot about Knafs and wanted to meet Ben. Ben was one of the great guys that I got to meet, and it was just fantastic to talk with him. He was super nice, super chill, took one of my cards. Hopefully he'll get in touch. Ben, if you're watching, would love for you to get in touch. And man, it was just amazing meeting him. So nice, and it was really cool to hear their story. They've actually got the Lander 2, which is in Kickstarter right now. I've already backed it, and you should too. And so check them out. I got some really cool scales for my Lander 1 that I purchased there, as well as some other things that I'll share with you here in just a few minutes. Of course, I wanted to visit the Benchmade booth and the Chris Reeve booth, check out those knives, put my hands on them. It's just really nice to be able, it's like the Best Buy of knives. You can go and touch and feel everything. It's just amazing to be able to flip those open and to feel what they feel like in the action and see the blades in action. It was just amazing. Then I wanted to check out Big Eye Design, and I did not know that they had brought a flippin' pirate ship with them, Pete's Pirate Life. And I don't know how I didn't know this, but Peter McKinnon, the big famous photographer YouTuber, I love his stuff. A lot of people love his stuff, but he's also a huge EDC guy. And he brought a pirate ship from Chattanooga. And I had also forgotten that Big Eye Design was based here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And so that was really cool to meet some of those guys. I did end up picking one of the only Blade Show exclusive items from them, and I'll share that later here in the video as well. Couple of YouTubers that I wanted to meet. Taylor Martin, got to shake his hand, meet him, of course, from his channel. And Max Level EDC. It was a really funny story with Dominic there at Max Level EDC, and he's got a bunch of subscribers, so you're probably familiar with him. But I was just standing at the Rosecraft booth. I was looking at some of the knives, and I recognized a voice, and I thought, that sounds like Max Level EDC. That sounds like Dominic on that channel. Sure enough, I turned there, and it was him. And he gave me one of his EDC cards that actually has a little razor blade in it. Very cool to meet him. He was super nice. He invited me to the EDC collab group, so hopefully you'll see some stuff here on the channel with that. It is amazing talking with him and meeting with him there at the Rosecraft booth. Another cool guy that I got to meet was Ron Kwok. Ron took 10 minutes just to sit and talk with me about his stuff. I've been following Ron for a long time, caught his channel pretty early when he had about 3,000 subscribers. Man, it was really great to talk to him. Ron, thank you so much. Just calling you out there, buddy. Thank you so much for being nice and taking your time to talk with me. It was great spending some time with you there. I think we're at the Vero booth and looking at some stuff, but he just asked me a couple different questions, different things like that. It was really, really cool. All right, so sorry, I know that you don't want to see my face. You want to see the gear that I got. I just wanted to talk about my experience for just a second. Let's get to the gear and talk about what I got at the show. One of the companies that really impressed me was Knafs, and I picked up their Lander 1. Very economical knife here at about I think it was $57. And you can see here the scales on here look like the moon. Well, I replaced these scales. They originally had blue scales on it, and it's really kind of neat how they do it. They give you a really good chance to just take these scales off using these T6 screws right here through the belt clip, and I actually get a reversible belt clip as well. I added this lanyard just so I could grip it a little bit better. But I love the feel of this knife. You'll notice that it looks a lot like the Civivi Elementum, and that I believe is on purpose because I believe Ben from Knafs, I believe he designed the Elementum. I believe he's a designer for Civivi as well. Either he was or he is, and so this is one of his creations. I love the curve on it. I love the grip that it has. Very nice D2 steel stone-washed blade here. They had a lot of different blade options, or a couple of different blade options, but I chose just this one right here. It's got a really nice action to it, and as you can see, and just really smooth. This is one of my most favorite pickups of the whole show, and Knafs was a really nice surprise because I want to show you something else that I got. This is the Grande Burrito, and this holds, I don't know how many knives it holds, but it's just thick, full. I've got it all already full of knives that I purchased from Blade Show as well, and I liked this so much that I got a second one. And as you can see, they've got really cool branding on here. Let's just open up the one that's brand new here. You've got a nice place here for your Ranger eyes and all your patches and different things. It's got nice branding right there. I think you can hang it on these holes. I would love to like have two little hooks up in my office here and just hang those up on the wall. But as you open it, and I'm not going to get out of the frame here. Let's see if I can. As you open it up, you've got places for knives. Really nice canvas material, really cool. And you've got places right here for smaller knives. You got little, and then magnetic closure right here. So none of your knives, you can just wrap them up like a burrito and wrap them up, and none of them have to touch the other ones, and they don't get scratched at all. So I love these little closures that they have right here, of course adjustable. And let's go in and check out some of the knives that I got that I put in this Knafs bag. Now some of these I have already owned, but some of these I have not. So let's go ahead and open that up. All of these patches except for this one and this one, I got this one right here at Blade Show. Got the CRKT, Columbia River Knife and Tool. Of course, some of these you've already seen. Here's the Kubi Master Chief. Here's my Beretta knife right here. That's one of my favorites that I've had for over almost 25 years. But one that I got that I really, really enjoy, and let's talk about this one real quick. This is a relatively new brand called Gear for Life, and they were selling at the Fenix booth, the Fenix flashlights booth. And I got to talk, I believe it was Brian there. This was a brand new knife. It's all titanium, which I'm absolutely in love with already. The scales here just have that really nice finish on them. You've got a deep carry pocket clip. It's all titanium, even the pocket clip. I haven't put a lanyard on here or anything yet, but the action is pretty amazing. It is just a wonderful looking knife. You get a little bit of branding there. And of course this is VG10. And so the entire knife of course is titanium except for the VG10 steel, of course, in the knife blade itself. And of course you've got VG10 here on the blade. And this knife is just, I mean, it just feels so good. It's not slick at all. It's very grippy. I love the pattern on that and the shine. I can't wait to get a lanyard bead. I've got an Atwood slide that's perfect for this. It's made out of titanium as well, so it's going to look perfect with this, maybe with some gray paracord. But I can see this being like one of my most favorite quote-unquote nice knives. And a knife that I'm not going to necessarily beat to death, but they had these at Blade Show as a special for $97. So I was really, really stoked to pick this up. This is going to run about $149 when it comes out, but that's Gear for Life. Make sure you check them out. This is called the Fast Eddie, plain in titanium. And you can go and check out Gear for Life. By the way, everything that I got here, everything that I'm showing you, I bought myself. I did not get given any of this stuff. And so go check out Gear for Life. I'm loving this Fast Eddie, and it is just absolutely fantastic. So I did not pick this up at Blade Show, but it came while Blade Show was going on. It came in the mail while Blade Show was going on, and I put some of my gear into it. This is the Carry Commission bum bag, USA built. I mean, I kind of am already in love with this bag. I'll do a full review a little bit later. But I wanted to talk about a couple of the patches here that I got and talk about a couple of the things that I've already put in here as well from the show. So the first right here, I got a Pete's Pirate Life patch. Pete's Pirate Life had an amazing booth. They brought a pirate ship from Chattanooga. He partners with Big Eye Design, and they brought a pirate ship from Chattanooga, Tennessee. It was amazing. And honestly, I forgot that Chattanooga was the base for Big Eye Design. And so I'll show you a little bit more of the Big Eye Design stuff that I got. But I got my metal slug patch I got from Etsy here. I'll put a link down in the description. My daily customs, and I'll show you my daily customs SAK here in just a moment. But my daily customs, Money Flying Away custom, then Pete's Pirate Life, Ranger Eye, I got a couple of those here. I did not get this one at Blade Show. It's just looked good with the OD green. But I'm already loving, like I did not think I would like this bum bag very much, but I really like it. So I'm gonna do a full video on it. I've got a little Maxpedition zipper case in there to create another pouch. But one of the cool things in getting to that Fenix flashlight is I got the Fenix PD25R here, and boy, this flashlight is incredible. It was only 60 bucks. It unscrews right here for USB-C charging, and really good size to it. Here's a comparison with the Knafs Lander 1. And just unbelievable quality here. I'll do a full review later, but I love this little clicky light up button as well. Gets really bright. It's got about 5 or 6 settings here. And so love this little light. It's going to become, I believe, my new EDC light of choice, reverse belt clip, all that stuff. I'll do a more in-depth review on most of this stuff. We're kind of going fast and furious through these different things. One of my best and one of the greatest knives I loved picking up recently was a couple of ProTech knives. Well, I really wanted an OD green Runt 5. And this right here is one of the coolest and prettiest looking knives, and I love the style blade that I was able to get here. These things are incredible. They will jump out of your hand. They're not very big. Of course, it's called the Runt for a reason. They're not very big, but they are all made of premium materials. This is the Magna Cut version here, and did pay a pretty penny for this. I think it was about $180. It was probably my most expensive purchase of the day, but still amazing quality. I love ProTech. Of course, it's an automatic flipper, and it's got really great hardware on it. I've already nicked it right there in the corner, using it just a little bit, but it's got some thumb scales right here. It feels a little bit different than the black one, honestly. And it still has that same great action to it. ProTech, I also got a t-shirt from ProTech, which was awesome. And I wanted to get some more apparel, so I got me a Tactile knife, hat, and ProTech t-shirt, and a Big Eye Design shirt. So I'm like set for apparel for a little while. But this was one of the best pickups I had all day. The ProTech booth was amazing, and they were doing gangbusters there, selling knives. They were selling knives every second, it seemed like, and they had a ton of stock available, and I was able to pick up one of these. I came away really impressed with Daily Customs, and I'll tell you about this sheath here in a minute. But I came away really impressed with Daily Customs. One of the things that I wanted to look for was a custom Swiss Army knife with these custom micarta scales, and these are in, they say it's a gray, and I believe them, but it's also kind of got, depending on what kind of light you put it in, it's also got kind of an OD green look to it as well. And so this is the Swiss Champ, but it's got the micarta scales on it. Really don't need to go in more depth on that, but oh man, this is my first custom Swiss Army knife, if you can believe it, and I love this little knife, and it goes really well in this leather sheath. Now, I cannot remember who, I will try to put it in the description or up on the screen right here when I do find out, but it was a solo operation. It was a booth. It was one of those small local booths and whatever, but this leather sheath really caught my eye. It fits this perfectly, especially if you have something to pull it out with, a lanyard. It'll fit quite a few items, but the leather on this is amazing, and the belt clip actually is really fantastic. It's got that It's got that triangle here, and man, when this comes on something, it's not coming off. You're going to be able to pull out whatever you need to pull out. So I'll be sure to put the company that made this down in the on the screen in the description so that you can go check them out. But it's a really cool little leather sheath with a belt clip on it there. It's going to be really nice to carry some Swiss Army knives around in. One company I wanted to check out was Utililink, and they've got this really cool system where you can actually put together your own kind of link. And I'm not going to open any of this up, but they had some really cool stuff. This thing was 20 bucks, and I was able to pick it up, and I'm going to put something together, and I'll have probably a full review on it later. But you've got all the different parts in here that you can attach to different knives. This is mainly for a fixed blade, but it's also basically for anything that you want it to be. It can be for a gun, it could be for a knife, it could be for a fixed blade, it could be for a folder, it could be for anything. And so these are really cool. They had a full booth there and had some really good options. And again, I was kind of blown away by the price tag. It was only 20 bucks. You could probably charge twice that for something like this, the way they were really demonstrating it very well. So that's Utililink. Make sure you go check them out. All right, so file this under your pocket, trash, whatever you want to file it under, but I was really excited to find these guys. This is Zero Feud, and they make these, I mean, just amazing little, yeah, that could get annoying really quickly for your coworkers. Amazing little, this is a stainless steel. This is just a black steel right here, but you could all, I mean, these are just fidget toys. They're just fidget toys, and they're completely amazing. And I'm a big keyboard fan anyway. I see I've got these custom keyboards basically everywhere. And this is these right here are just lanyard beads. They're made, this one's made out of steel, and these two are made this is a plastic resin, but this is actually made of Ultim, and you can tell it's like a little balm. But these were only like 10 bucks a piece, and I thought, man, an Ultim bead for 10 bucks, that is not too bad at all. And so picked both of these up and really enjoying them, and I'm gonna really enjoy annoying my coworkers with these. One of the impulse purchases that I made was this CRKT Tuna Compact. And it looks neat. It feels good. It's got your kind of Hinderer lock design there. It's actually a Burnley design. And I like this kind of copper looking accents and stuff. It's got a decent belt clip on it, but it's really hard to open. I'm gonna have to go adjust the mechanism here or something, but it's a really good looking blade, and it wasn't that much. I think this was like 40 bucks, but it was one of my impulse buys. Probably shouldn't have bought it, but I really liked it a lot, and this is one of those that I had my eye on anyway, and when I saw it and felt it, it was really cool. So I'm gonna have to loosen that thing, but I really cannot. It's really hard to open right now, so I'm gonna have to probably loosen that up. But that's the CRKT Tuna Mini, or the Mini Tuna. Yeah, Tuna Compact. There we go. Now, one of the coolest little booths, little independent booths that I saw was Panacea Survival Tools, PanaceaX.com, and they had this itty bitty knife. For a comparison here, here's the Fenix, and here a comparison, here's the Knafs. And so you can see this itty bitty knife in Kydex. These are custom made, they're not manufactured, but this little cool little blade, it's got a nice thick top to it and grips so that you can use this to do some cool stuff. And here's a ferro rod in the bottom of it, and you can use that to, of course, strike your ferro rod and go down like that. And it's got a nice little Kydex sheath with it. Fits very nicely. Or it's got kind of a neck sheath with it, with a Ranger band around it here, and so you could put that around your neck. But really kind of dug this little knife and picked it up. It was on discount. They had everything discounted for Blade Show, and you should check them out. Panacea Survival Tools, PanaceaX.com. And again, this was not given to me. I purchased it with my own funds, and I intend to use this when we go camping as well. So again, one of the things on my list was to get a mini bug out. This is my trusty bug out that I have right now. It's a very nice thin knife made with a Gravory handle, and I love this knife actually, and I've used it quite a bit, but I wanted to make sure I got a orange mini. Now in comparison here, you've got, let's turn them around the same way. You've got the mini, which is actually not that mini. It's not that much smaller, but I really wanted this because it's a tad bit smaller, and I like smaller knives. But you've got the S30V steel, and I think I said 930V steel, but it's S30V steel on this as well. The Benchmade markings here, and the cool thing is that orange thumb stud. It's a very nice little knife. Doesn't have any kind of, I opted for just a clean drop point blade here. I just really love it. This one actually has a really cool finish on it. I'd love to have this finish on this blade, but alas, I got what I wanted. This was one of the things that I absolutely wanted to get while I was at Blade Show, and I was able to pick one up. Benchmade, of course, very, very popular here on the channel. My most watched short is the one, and still gets comments every day, is the one where I bought this Benchmade, my first Benchmade. I really enjoy these knives. They're nice and lightweight. Of course, the handles are Grivory. Some of you said, or Grivory, or whatever, however you pronounce it. It's basically an expensive kind of plastic, but it's really nice and durable plastic, and it feels really, really great. And so I would highly recommend the Bug Out Mini, and I will be using this quite a bit. One of the knives that has been, and one of the brands that has been on my radar for a while, is QSP. You've seen these in a couple of videos. I've got a red and a green version of this one, but I love the Wharncliffe style blade on this. This is not the one that I bought. This one, this mini one, is the one I bought. This is the Penguin Mini. This is the Penguin not mini, Penguin large, and you can tell here, I love this little compact size though. And honestly, this blue jean denim is called Denim Micarta. It's really, oh, excuse me, it's really unbelievably nice. This was not very much at all. This was, I think, 35 or 38 bucks, and nice chrome finishes here on the blade. This is 14C 28N steel. So, I mean, it's not the greatest in the world, but this is going to be a good multi-use pocket knife that I'm not going to worry about if I lose. So it's like a great sub $40 knife. And I just love that denim micarta that's going to kind of blend right in with my jeans and just all sorts of stuff. Really good action on it. And I mean, it's amazing, this value that you can get from QSP these days. So go check out QSP knives if you have not as well. Now, one of the non-blade items I got, and one of the Blade Show exclusive items that I was able to get, which, again, I don't care very much about exclusive items, but this was the mini bolt action pin, and this was in a colorway. It's titanium, of course, but this is from Big Eye Design. You can, yeah, there we go. It's from Big Eye Design, their mini bolt action pin. I used this to take notes at church this morning, and it is probably my favorite mini bolt action. And I love it because it will easily fit into pouches. So here is the tchotchke wallet from Garage Built Gear. Here is it in comparison to the Benchmade mini bug out. So it's right the same size, kind of same size, and I love this color. It's kind of like I call this kind of Ninja Turtle, almost pukey green. It was just really cool. Picked it up. They had everything discounted 10% for Blade Show, and the bolt action on it is just so smooth. Really nice and smooth. Unbelievably nice pin. You should go check this out. And I don't know if they'll have them on for sale on their website, but the mini bolt action pin will be for sale on their website. And of course, they're locals here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and so make sure you give their American-made stuff some support. Very, very cool stuff. So I was able to check out Rosecraft, and I honestly had never heard of this company yet. Honestly, never really even looked into them at all. And this actually is the Awanta Red. It's almost like a Swiss Army knife. This thing has got some relatively cheaper materials on it, but this is just a folder, and it's kind of a little bit difficult to open right here. But you've got just a nice little Wharncliffe style blade, and it's just a nice little folder to put in your pocket. This thing was 20 bucks. 20 bucks for this. Decent kind of steel in here, really cool little hook thing right here. It's not really a bottle opener at all. You could probably you could probably open maybe a bottle with it. But at the same time, really nice to have and to hold. There was some other stuff that I got that I picked up or looked at from Rosecraft, and I got in touch with them, so hopefully they'll be in touch with me soon, and we'll have some more knives to pick up on the channel. But I did want to pick up this one because I found it really intriguing. They had some much better ones. This is where I met Max Level EDC on his channel, and he gave me one of his cards. It was really cool, stoked about that. But yeah, Rosecraft blades. They have primarily a woman designer that works there. Really cool meeting her. And so make sure you give them your support. Check them out, Rosecraft. And the last thing I want to talk about here is the Tactile knife Dread-Eye. And this is one of the nicest fixed blades that I have ever handled. It's a MagnaCut steel blade, of course. You've got Tactile there, and if you can see, there's an imperfection right here on the blade, and that is what got this off almost $100 from retail. And so I'm really looking forward to using this. I mean, just the handle on it is amazing. It's got amazing materials here, and I cannot wait to use this in action. And because I did not buy like a brand new one and I got this on discount, didn't even come with a box or anything like that, not gonna feel bad for actually using this and kind of beating this knife to death. We're gonna put it through its paces. And I love this kind of, it's almost like a drop point and Tanto or Tanto. It's almost like a drop point Tanto kind of had a baby here with this blade, and I love that angle on the top. Fantastic piece here, and was able to pick it up at a discount. I'm even happier with it here. All right, so that is my gear haul from Blade Show 2023. What did you like? What did you dislike? Give me your opinions. Tell me where I was wrong. And thank you so much again for coming and supporting the videos, liking the videos, subscribing to the channel. I sincerely appreciate it. Go out and have the great rest of your week. We've got a lot of good summer content coming up, so make sure you're subscribed. Thank you guys.